This probably do not coincide with 2012. But the other two theories possibly will. Okay? Another one is what we call the Nibiru catalysm, which is translated into our layman language is actually simply says that there is this occurrence of a flying object in space that will come towards Earth, okay, every 30,000 years, okay, either collide or near collide lah. And this thing could happen like a meteor. That's what happened in Arizona. If you know the big plains in Arizona, a meteor hit that and created that big hole. And just to give you some perspective, if you're a fan of Bruce Willis, he starred in this show called Armageddon. That was exactly what it was. This is what we call a Nibiru catalysm. And it says, the scientist says it happened every 30,000 years. And guess what? When is the next one expected? 2012 law, that's why. They say, nah, you see, sure can already. Okay, the next one is what we call geometric reversal. Okay, meaning South Pole become North Pole, North Pole become South Pole. And all of us know that because of this polarity, our stream system, water stream system, the weather and so on and so forth are very heavily influenced, even the winds, the tides and things like that. And they say that this will happen every 30,000 years. Okay, every 30,000 years. And guess what again? What's the next one? 2012 law. So there are so many coincidental things that states that points to this state, and it's really hard not to believe lah. They say it's very near already. It's very near already. Okay. So what does the Buddhist scripture say? Okay. The Buddha in this sutta called Chakravarti Sutta talk about a human lifespan, okay? And he gives a very nice parable that human lifespan is actually equivalent to human behavior, okay? And once upon a time ago, he said this, he was telling story, that if you remember this formula, human lifespan is same as human behavior. When human beings were very good behavior, very skillful, very benevolent, very kind, okay? They live up to a lifespan of 80,000 years. Okay? And this was in our scriptures. So the more pure you live your life, the less evil you have in your life, the longer you live, according to the Buddha. Okay? And in the same scripture it says, okay, this lifespan will slowly dwindle away, okay, as society get more and more corrupted, okay, which we get into a lot of vices and we have a lot of hatred and evil. And it will come about 100 years, which is about now. This is the current lifespan. And the indicator of it is, in this sutta, the Buddha said, it will go until as low as 10 years. Okay? Which at 5 years old, we will reach our sexual maturity. That means you can reproduce at 5 years old, but at 10 years old, you die. So that's the current lifespan. So this is what is stated in the scripture. Now, having said that, okay, we have not seen this yet. We have not seen 5-year-old sexually productive, not yet. Or 10-year-old is the average lifespan. Having said that, the Buddha said, even when this happened, it's not end of the world. When this happened, it will create a realization in mankind that why are we living in this very unskillful, unkind, evil ways? So that creation or realization will lead people to become more and more kind, more and more skillful and benevolent and good. Okay? And the lifespan will slowly increase back up to 80,000. Okay? So there's still a missing cycle in this scripture that is mentioned. Okay? The other scriptures also talk about years. And the most classic one, they talk about 4 cycles. The Buddha talked about 4 cycles. And these are the cycles. So there's one cycle that talk about world dissolution. Okay? That means the world will end. There's another cycle that talk about continuation of chaos. Okay, another cycle talk about world construction and a continuation of the form world. So at the moment we are at the cycle of continuation of the form world. Okay, now in all scientific records, okay, our Earth is fairly new lah. It's fairly new. It's not so long after all. And in the Buddha, it says for each of this cycle to happen, it actually takes 1 kappa. Okay. The language used was 1 kappa, and 1 kappa, to illustrate, because we don't have a term for it, is 140 zeros behind it. Okay, I don't know how you call it, years. Okay, so you can imagine how long. If you can't imagine how long, the Buddha also give a simile. He said, imagine you have a rock, batu, 1 mile length, satu batu tinggi, satu batu lebar, and satu batu length width. So it's 1 by 1 mile square rock. And you take a silk cloth, okay, kain sutera, to rub on this rock every 100 years. And we all learn science, we know that there's a geseran, there's a friction. So the parable says, every 100 years, if you take a cloth, a silk cloth to rub on this rock, okay, when would it be for friction to finish this rock and disintegrate? That is how long is 1 kappa. Okay, so you can just imagine. Of course, when I shared this the other day in the university, one student stood out and said, Brother Buihan, got an issue. I said, what issue? Wow, the cloth, how to last so long? I said it's a parable, not necessary when using the same cloth. Okay, so that just to correct some of your perspective, you have the same thought. Okay, so if you understand this, it's indicative that it's still a very, 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 very long time to come. Okay, for the end of the dissolution of the world, kappa to come. Okay, so I just want to stop here to say that haven't we heard all this story about end of the world before again and again and again? It's 2012 now, okay? But I come from an era when I was about your age in year 2000. And in year 2000, we have this big fiasco called Y2K, okay? And there was such a big media uproar that all of us have to be Y2K compliant. They credited the person who invented the computer. This guy must be very stupid because he put 2 dates there. The year date he put 2 instead of 4. So they concluded the computer, when it turns to year 2000, it will read at 1900. So a lot of what we call doomsday scenario was spreading around. One of the most famous one, they say that because the 00 come about, all the computers stop functioning, even the airplane on the skies will fall down and crash. So all kinds of things, and even bank, I remember people very scared that the bank come to 00, you got 5,000 in the bank, suddenly tomorrow become 50 cents. So all kinds of scenario come about, people also take out money from bank and things like that. But I was in that era, and year 2000 came and went. Ada apa berlaku? Nothing. In fact, came that day, everybody had a good New Year Day celebration like all the years, and we move on with life. And it's been 12 years later, nothing happened. So, what is the Buddhist view? Okay, the Buddhists always talk about being in the present. The Buddha always talk about being in the present. It's no point living in the future, no point living in the past. And in most universities I go, I like to use this parable. Do you all like pasar malam? Usually do. Most students like pasar malam. So I think I assured myself tonight it's not a pasar malam night, right? Yeah. If not, you all won't be here, you all be in pasar malam. So as students, we always have this issue, to study or to go pasar malam. Okay? I like those who are very clear in their objective. They know pasar malam is number 1 objective, study number 2 objective. But most of us are not like that, right? Including myself when I was schooling. What we used to do is, when we go pasar malam, we regret not studying. Okay, some of us do that. Because member push us to go there. We say, okay lah, pergi lah pasar malam. So as we were walking in pasar malam, we think of our assignment tomorrow or studying. Okay, so instead of enjoying our pasar malam, what do? We think of studying. For some of us who decide to forego pasar malam, don't want to go pasar malam because we say study very important. My parents ask me to study very hard. I must study. But in the room, instead of studying, what do? You think of pasar malam. So in both scenarios, you can see, actually, you are not living in the present moment, and that is a big worry. Okay, the Buddha said, anytime you are not living in the present moment, you are bound to make mistakes, and that's why that creates a lot of suffering in your life. Okay. So I always tell students, if you are in pasar malam, make sure you enjoy maximum pasar malam. If you are studying, enjoy maximum studying. Okay? So don't kid yourself. You can only do one thing at one time. They say you can multitask. Yes. But you cannot be effective while multitasking. Let me assure you that.